Okay, I'm back with the um, my recordings. I'm at the United States Senate website because I needed to find a copy of the original oath of office. So what I did is I just pull it up. I Google it first, and then I just go to the United States oath of office up under the government website. See, government website, and I pull up the oath of office. And because any word that can get clicked on, I normally click on it because I'm nosy like that. But anyway, up under the oath of office, it says, upon taking office, senators elect must swear or affirm that they will support and defend the Constitution. The president of the Senate or a surrogate administers the oath to newly elected or re-elected senators. The oath is required by the Constitution. The wording is prescribed by law. So I click in here on the Constitution, and it takes me to this page. Now you already know that I already made a page of this, and I keep telling you that every 5 minutes they're gonna amend something. Somebody's really busy, got a lot of time on their hands. So what they did was they amended the introduction, basically to let us know how things are gonna be run. They're really getting. They really think they're getting ready to ready to overthrow this government, and nobody's paying attention at all. Nobody. So anyway, they basically telling us like from 1787, ratified. It was written in 1787. It was ratified in 1788 and in operation since 1789. The United States Constitution is the world's longest surviving written charter of government. Its first three words, "We the people," affirm that the government of the United States exists to serve its citizens. The supremacy of the people through their elected representatives is recognized in Article 1, which creates a Congress consisting of a Senate and a House of Representatives. The positioning of Congress at the beginning of the Constitution affirms its status as the first branch of the federal government. The Constitution assigns to Congress responsibilities for organizing and the executive and judicial branches, raising revenue, declaring war, and making all laws necessary for executing these powers. The president is permitted to veto specific legislative acts, but Congress have the authority to override presidential vetoes by two-thirds majority of both houses. The Constitution also provides that the Senate advise and consent on key executive and judicial appointments and on the approval for ratification of treaties. So we already know where it's going. And this is at the United States Senate website. So let me go back, and we're going to go back here to the president of the Senate. And this is what it pulls up, where it says the vice president under the Constitution. The vice president serves as president of the Senate. He may vote in the Senate in the case of a tie, but is not required to. The president pro tempore and others designated by him usually perform these duties during the vice president's frequent absences from the Senate. So what they have here, they have a whole list of words of how the government is going to be run. The first one I clicked on, because I just scrolled through there, was the Christmas tree bill. And the Christmas tree bill pulled up. The Christmas tree bill informal nomenclature. Ooh, I messed that up real bad. But anyway, nomenclature for a bill on the Senate floor that attracts many, often unrelated, floor amendments. The amendments which adorn the bill may provide special benefits to various groups or interests. You see that? Okay, so let's see what they're saying for the ranking minority member. The ranking minority member, the highest ranking and usually longest serving minority member of a committee or subcommittee. Senators may not serve as ranking minority members or more than one standing committee. Okay, let's see what else. I mean, they got something in here for everything. I think I clicked in here, amendment in the nature of a substitute. And it says in here, amendment in the nature of a substitute. An amendment that would strike out the entire text of a bill or other measure and insert a different full text. You see that? Okay, so I'm not going to go through all of these. But it's here on this page on the United States Senate website. And this is what they're going to do. I want to see what they're going to do because we need to know how the voting is going to go. And I want to see that the rule to suspend, because that's what they've been doing. They've been doing a lot of suspending of the laws, of the rules, just to get their bills passed. And that's what's getting ready to happen to that tax bill. They're going to suspend all of the rules. They already told them in the notes that they can't make any amendments to that. And our elected officials are going for it. Something is really, really wrong with this. But anyway, let's see. Vote. Here's the vote. It said, okay, upon the vote, it says, unless rules specify otherwise, the Senate may agree to any question by a majority of senators voting if a quorum is present. The chair puts each question by voice vote unless the yeas and nays are requested, in which case a roll call vote occurs. You see that? They're going to hold, they're doing the elections within themselves. So we basically won't have no rights to do any more voting. And that's what President Trump was talking about last night. In a very short time, he ain't gonna be in there long. None of them are gonna be in there long because they're gonna rotate them out. As soon as they get in there, they're gonna vote them out. Isn't this something? Okay, but anyway, I came in here to look for the oath of office. Okay, so I get to the oath of office page, and I think this is the original. Yeah, this is the original that I was looking for. They have the original here. Okay, so and now they went to the history. So what they basically did was they rewrote the oath of office too. Right in here, they saying the first Congress reworked this requirement into a simple 14-word oath. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States. That's it. That's it. So what they're getting ready to do is a lot of bad things getting ready to happen if we don't stop them. But I'm not for certain how this fit in, but they just explain it how in the beginning how the oath was taken, and their ban on the news media. So this is what they're saying. Excuse me. Excuse me. And here they're saying, at the beginning of a new term of office, senators-elect take their oath of office from the presiding officer in an open session of the Senate before they can begin to perform their legislative activities. From the earliest days, the senator-elect, both the freshman and the returning veteran, has been escorted down the aisle by another senator to take the oath from the presiding officer. Customarily, the other senator from the senator-elect's state perform that ritual. Occasionally, the senator-elect chooses a senator from another state, either because the same state colleague is absent or because the newly elected senator has sharp political differences with that colleague. Such public displays of these differences do not go unnoticed by journalists. A ban on photography in the Senate chamber has led senators to devise an alternative way of capturing this highly symbolic moment in the senators' careers. In earlier times, the vice president invited newly sworn senators and their families into the Capitol office for a reenactment for home state photographers. Beginning in the late 1970s, following the restoration of the old Senate chamber to its appearance at the time it went out of service in 1859, Reenactment ceremonies have been held in that deeply historical setting, resplendent in crimson and gold. You hear that? But I just wanted you all to see this. We have to speak up. We have to make our elected officials inside that office speak up. I'll be right back.